Right now, a new trend is blowing up on YouTube. It uses VOX-Style animations, basically paper-cut style visuals that are used to explain documentary stories, keeping viewers literally hooked to the screen. And the interesting thing is, I haven't really seen anyone on YouTube properly explain how to create this using completely free tools. Most of the tutorials I found either involved complicated coding or expensive paid software. So I did the research myself, and I found a method that lets you create these animations completely free without spending a single dollar. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, how you can create high-quality VOX-style animations from scratch using 100% free AI tools. And the best part? The entire process is so simple that even a complete beginner can easily follow along. And when I used this workflow myself, I was able to create a video like this in just 10 minutes.
November 24th, 1971, Portland International Airport. A man calling himself Dan Cooper buys a one-way ticket in cash. He boards flight 305, orders bourbon, and hands the stewardess a note. Inside his briefcase, he claims, is a bomb. He demands $200,000 and 4 parachutes. The plane lands, the money arrives, hostages go free. Somewhere over the Cascade Mountains, in the freezing dark, Cooper opens the rear stairs and jumps. The parachute has never been.
Alright, so the first thing you'll need for this workflow is access to the master prompts, which we'll use to automate the entire process. You'll find these master prompts in the video description. Once you have the master prompts, the next thing you'll need is an AI chatbot. Simply go to Google and search for Claude AI, then click on the first link and sign in. I'm using Claude here, but if you want, you can use any AI chatbot. The process will be almost the same. Now go to the doc file and copy the entire master prompt from here. Then come back to Claude, paste the master prompt into this chat box, and send it. Claude will take a few seconds to process it, and then it will ask you, what niche are you focusing on? Here, you'll see a few different options, such as crime and documentary history, money and power disasters, and survival mysteries, and the unexplained technology sports. You can simply select whichever niche you want to create videos in. And if your desired style isn't available on the list, you can simply type in your own style. The prompt will still proceed with the next steps based on your input, but most people are creating content around crime and documentary style topics. So I'll select number 1, crime and documentary history. Now the prompt will generate viral video ideas based on the niche you selected. I selected the crime and documentary niche here, and it gave me 5 different ideas for a specific crime-based video. Alright, I find idea number 2 interesting. The hunt for the Golden State. Sounds interesting. So I'll copy it, paste it into the chatbot, and send it. Now Claude will ask me how long the video should be. You can choose any duration between 1 and 20 minutes here. Simply tell Claude how long you want your video to be. But there's one important thing I want to mention. If you're creating crime and documentary style videos, I personally recommend making them around 15 to 20 minutes long. For long-form content, this approach can also be quite effective from an ad revenue perspective. For this example, I'll type 30 seconds and send it. As soon as you send the duration, Claude will start generating the full viral script for you, and within a few seconds, your script will be ready. Now, in the next step, we need to convert this script into a voiceover. And for generating the voiceover, the tool I'll be using is 11 Labs. For this, simply go to Google and search for 11 Labs. Then click on the first link and sign in. Once the website opens, select the text-to-speech option from here. Now go back to Claude and copy the script you generated. Then return to 11 Labs and paste the script into the text box. I have a 30-second script here, so I'm pasting it all at once. But if you have a longer script, I recommend generating it part by part. This helps keep the voice flow and pronunciation more natural. I use the same workflow for AI Matrix as well, and the results are pretty good. Now, select a voice model based on your video. Since we're creating a crime documentary here, a deep voice can work really well for this type of content and give you a more powerful result. I'm selecting this voice here. You can choose any suitable deep voice based on the tone and style of your video. Once you've selected the voice, simply click Generate, and within a few seconds, your voiceover will be ready. You can download the voiceover from here. Now, we have the voiceover for our video ready. In the next step, we'll need the scene prompts. For this, simply go back to Claude. Here, Claude will ask you, if you want image prompts for every scene in the script, type yes. Simply type yes here and send it. After that, Claude will first give you a narration breakdown of your script, and then it will generate image prompts for each beat. As you can see here, Beat 1, October 2nd, 1976. Beat 2, Rancho Cordova, California. In the same way, the narration breakdown for the entire script will be ready. In my case, I have 18 beats here because our script was only 30 seconds long. But if you're creating a 15 or 20-minute video, the number of beats can easily go up to around 200. Claude will ask you to generate an image prompts.txt file for every beat. Type next. Simply type next here and send it. After that, Claude will start generating image prompts for every beat. No matter how many beats your script has, Claude will give you a separate image prompt for each one and will also generate a .txt file containing all of these prompts. Now our scene image prompts are ready. In the next step, we'll convert these prompts into images. To generate the images, I'll be using Flow AI here. Simply go to Google, search for Flow AI, and click on the first link to sign up. After that, create a new project from here. Now, we have a lot of image prompts. If you generate them manually one by one, it's going to take a lot of time. The best solution for this is to use a Chrome extension. For this, go back to Google and search for the Zappy extension. Make sure you use the same extension that I'm using here. After clicking on this link, you'll see the Add to Chrome option here. Simply click on Add to Chrome. Then you'll get a confirmation option. Simply click on Add Extension here as well. As soon as you click it, the extension will be added to your Chrome browser. Now go back to Flow AI. As soon as you click here, you'll see the extension. Simply click on it and connect it to Flow AI. As you can see here, it says, Connected to Google Flow Project. This means our extension has successfully connected to Flow AI. Leave the rest of the settings at their default values. Now go back to Claude and copy all of your image prompts from here. Then come back to Flow AI and paste all of the prompts into the extension's prompt box. As you can see here, I have 18 prompts in total. Now click here and select Image, because we're generating images. For the aspect ratio, select 16:9, since we're creating a long-form YouTube video. Keep the model set to Nano Banana 2. Keep the quantity set to 1 as well. Now all we have to do is start the generation. Simply click on Start Generation here. The extension will automatically process all of the prompts one by one, generate the images, and download them as well. You won't need to manually generate or download each image one by one. This process will take a little time, so I'll fast forward the video while the images are being generated. Alright, all of our images have been generated. Now simply close the extension from here, and as you can see, all of our images are ready. Now our next step is to convert these images into video clips. For this, we'll go back to Claude. Here, simply type next and send it. After that, Claude will give you a video prompt that we'll use to convert our scenes into videos. Each scene's video will be generated according to this video prompt. Simply copy this video prompt from here. Now go back to Flow AI, then click on Video here and select Ingredients. We'll keep the aspect ratio at 16:9 here as well. For the model, select OmniFlash because it's currently the latest model and we have free access to it. Set the duration to 4 seconds. This will also save us a good amount of credits, and 4-second clips will be enough for what we need. Keep the quantity set to 1. Once all the settings are complete, upload your first image here. Then paste your video prompt and click Generate. Within a few seconds, your video clip will be ready. I'll play it here so you can check the quality. As you can see, the quality looks really good, and this is exactly the type of clips we need. After that, simply download it from here. For the next scene, simply upload the second image, paste the same video prompt, and click Generate. Repeat this same process to convert all of your images into video clips. And once all of your clips are ready, the next step will be to generate the background music. Without background music, our video might feel a little incomplete. So, to generate the background music, I'll be using Suno AI here. Simply go to Google and search for Suno AI. Click on the first link and sign up using your Gmail account. Once you've signed up, you'll see the Create option here. Simply click on Create. Now to generate the background music, we'll need a music prompt. For this, we'll go back to Claude and simply type Next here and send it. After that, Claude will provide us with both a background music prompt and a thumbnail prompt. Simply copy the background music prompt from here. Now go back to Suno AI. Here, paste your music prompt into the song description box. Then, as soon as you click Create, your background music will be generated within a few seconds. Now, simply download whichever track you like best. Alright, now all of our video assets are ready. Our final step is editing. For editing, I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro here, but if you're using CapCut or any other editing software, there's no need to worry. The workflow I'm going to show you can be followed in almost any editing software. First, import all of your assets into your project panel. For example, your voiceover, video clips, background music, and any other assets you've generated. Once all of your assets are imported, first add your voiceover to the timeline. Now, remove any unnecessary gaps from the voiceover. This will make the voiceover feel tighter and more engaging. I'm removing all the unnecessary gaps here and fast forward. Once your voiceover is finalized, start adding your video clips to the timeline one by one, then match them according to your story and narration. If a clip is too long, you can cut out and remove the unnecessary part. Or, if needed, you can increase the speed of the clip. In the same way, arrange all of your clips on the timeline and match them perfectly with the voiceover. I'm completing this process here in fast forward. Finally, add your background music to the timeline. Keep the music volume around -10 decibels so that the background music doesn't overpower the voiceover. Also, trim the background music according to the total length of your video. If there's any extra part left, simply cut it and remove it. And that's it. Once you've completed all of these steps, your final video is ready.
October 2nd, 1976. Rancho Cordova, California. A masked man breaks into a home, tying up a young couple before vanishing into the dark. Over the next decade, he strikes across the state, leaving behind terror and silence. Police call him the East Area Rapist, then the original Night Stalker. 40 years pass. Then investigators upload crime scene DNA to a public genealogy site. Distant relatives appear. The trail leads to a quiet street in Citrus Heights. Joseph James D'Angelo, a former police officer, is arrested in his own driveway.